Hey everybody, welcome back to another update on my 60-gallon system. Got some new livestock, another new little piece of coral, some zoanthid. So just go ahead and I'll do a run through, let you check out the existing stuff, show you the new stuff. GSP, just doing what they do, just keep on expanding and growing. The trumpets are doing well. A lot of the heads are starting to split. You can see that one in the center and all that. So that's really good. I'm glad to see it happening. I was waiting for it and it just finally started happening. It's happening all throughout the tank on a lot of the other LPS stuff. Redactus mushrooms, nothing really new with them. Just this little one up here on the top. Still isn't doing too hot. I wasn't really too sure if it'd make it, but it seems to be getting worse. This one right here is brand new. These they're pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see it. I don't know if I can get close enough and focus in on it. Bear with me. There we go. Kind of see the texture and the coloration in them. Pretty cool. Got a good little deal on it. These zoos here, doing nice, kind of like a pinkish orange center with, brown rim, and real cool. Little redactus little Recordia mushroom rather, right there, doing well. Random red mushroom, just hanging out. These metallic starbursts, doing good, starting to spread as you can see right there. It's kind of coming down onto the main rock. Lobophilia, still making a comeback, getting more and more color in this back portion here. Yeah, Trichophilia, doing good, getting larger. The current's changed in here a little bit with the addition of the new pumps, which I'll also get into and talk about that. So very cool. Hammer, doing what it does, staying big. Lots of new smaller ones. I don't know if you can see underneath here, but on the bottom of the fleshy part there, new sprouts, little sprouts around it. So very cool. These zoos here, just multiplying like rabbits. And so is this bubble algae right here. You can see in the very center. I don't know how good you can see it, but it's there and just getting crazy all within the last week or so. The green ones are starting to bounce back. There's a couple of anemones inside of it that are irritating it slightly. I've been trying to get rid of them since I got this rock, but it's not not happening. Favia, doing good too. Eating flows a little different now in this area, so it opens up when food goes in the water on its own. No more needing to turn off the pumps to feed it. Mushrooms are multiplying. This one right here is brand new. Finally separated off and growing into one. It's just a little child of this larger one above it. Pulsing zinnia still growing like a weed, and lots of smaller ones there. You can see there the new ones. The Polyphoa grandis multiplying as well. The one inside there is larger. If you look in between those four, there's a small one in there. It's becoming full, getting color. There's about 4 or 5 more buds inside, so there should be some more soon. These Recordia mushrooms are doing well. There was 6 of them, but some kind of fungus took them over, so I just took them out of the tank and chucked them. I didn't want to risk spraying to the rest, and these have been fine for the past, couple weeks. Frog spawn, just getting bigger, new growth. Right here, this particular head up here is splitting. You can see right there, there's two mouths. Looking between there, two bright spots. Those are the mouths. These zoos right here are the ones that were by these ones on this rock, but they fell off, so moved them over here. A little more current and they like it. And there's already some smaller ones growing off of it. LaCordia, Florida. Just huge. And we used to be down there, but it broke loose and landed over here by those cans, so I just moved it up here and it's been there ever since. No problems. The green frog spawn, doing well also. New split on it. This head right here in between has two now instead of just one, so it went from 4 to 5. Very cool. Always good to see new growth. This can here, this one's kind of greenish, has lots of smaller new ones growing on it. I don't know if you can see it underneath on the edge, clownfish. But yeah, there's a lot of new ones. The white and red ones are doing the same thing, growing like crazy. Lots of like big fluffy polyps. These zoos are doing really well. A lot more of them are starting to morph into having orange centers. Kind of see that one kind of getting there, and that one right there. So also there's a lot of cool happening. Just started beefing up and kind of see how heavy the thing is all about. That's kind of nice to see all that. As far as livestock goes, the skunk cleaner, he's doing good. Just doing the same. He hasn't molted since the last video, so he'll probably molt tomorrow. That's usually what he does. Okay, one of the newest additions to the system is this right here, this Regal tang. If you notice, he's doing a little bit of scratching. He was a really healthy fish when I first got him, but one of the other fish that came into the system introduced a little parasite to it. I made a video explaining it also. I won't really get into it, but aside from being having a little bit of discomfort, he's eating really well. Still got good color, and so I'm not too concerned about him, but I'm watching him really close. One of the other additions to the tank, see if I can find him. I'm being shy right now. Where's that? I can get a shot through here and see him. That's the Scopus. He just likes to bully him a little bit, not too much. There we go. Right here I got this fairy wrasse. Really cool fish, just kind of hovers around. My girlfriend says it reminds her of like a hummingbird. So that's a pretty cool fish. The reason why the Regal tang has the ick is because this fish introduced it, and this fish got over and just kind of passed the bug on. So, like I said, I have another video that explains everything, so I won't really get into it on this one, as this is just kind of a quick update. Clownfish, doing really well. They sleep together in this corner down here. Just lay on top of each other and just sleep. Whereas all the other guys have their own little hiding spots within the rocks. Also, if you notice, the my green bubble tip anemone is missing. Kind of committed suicide, and there's also kind of some involuntary manslaughter on him. You know, he, as you recall, he was roaming around the tank a lot and ended up over here on the end of the canister filter where the intake was and got stuck, so I turned off the filter, and part of him was still stuck in there, and so I just figured I'd just kind of let him do his own thing. So he started to kind of pull away and tear himself. Well, in the process, there was a turbo snail over there that was asleep, so he kind of latched and kind of anchored onto that, and when the snail woke up, it just pulled away and pretty much ripped him in half, like 4 pieces, long story short, and was just looking bad and starting to decompose, so I took it out. There's a small piece down here, if you can see it, just next to the hammer there. Right there, a little piece on the bottom. Here, I leave a little bit and see what happens. So it's kind of sad. It's one of the original things in the tank, so sad to see it go. But yeah, so that's what's happening with the tank right now. Overall, things are good, aside from the little bout of ick that the fish are dealing with. So hopefully I make a full recovery, and I'll keep you posted on that one. Okay, one of the new things that's going on here is this. Equipment wise are these. I got 2 MP10 wireless with the EcoSmart drivers. Now, these pumps are just sweet. They have like so many modes, you know, they can create a wave for the surface of your water. I don't have it turned up real high right now, but these actually go up to about 1,500 gallons per hour. Lots of different options. With the wireless feature on them, they can communicate with each other. So, for example, I'll give you an example right here on how they go. Right now it's in this, it's called short pulse mode. You can see both of them are in sync with one another, and it gives you the option to be able to have them slave, where this is the main, this one right here is the main, and whatever it does, this one will do automatically, so you don't have to set them independently. So for example, I can come over here and I can choose to put this into anti-sync mode, and the light turns orange. So as you can see now, as the master ramps up with flow, the slave is like the inverse of it. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, I'll push this back. This is one of the many modes. When I push this back, they go right back into sync. And there's just a lot of different modes. I got a little quick reference guide here that explains everything in just a quick shot. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but these are just the different modes. So, you know, you got EcoSmart, you know, tidal swell mode, which is the top one. Then you have nutrient transport, which is the second one down. Lagoon and reef crest mode. Short pulse mode, long pulse. So very neat. Make a lot of different things happen within your system. Gives you a lot of options. And I think with having, this different flow in the system has caused, you know, some things to change a little bit as far as the way things are growing and expanding. Rather than having like a direct current, I mean, you'd think that 1,500 gallons per hour is a lot if it's concentrated, but these kind of create like a broad flow across the tank. So you still have the gallons per hour, but it's just, you know, distributed a little bit differently. And you have like a really strong undertow that comes up underneath and into it, so there's not really any dead spots. within the system.